Life is amazing, but nobody's happy. Hi guys, welcome back to Time Out with D. Today I'm going to be talking about how life is amazing. Okay, hold up. I know what you're thinking. What about all the bad news? What about all the things that are happening, that are going wrong in the world? What about this? What about that? I'm not here to say life is perfect. I'm not here to say bad things are not happening, because bad things happen, good things are also happening, and they happen every time. They happen every day. They've been happening in the time past, and they will keep happening in the future. But in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of everything, you and I have to believe that life is the best it has ever been to human race. I stumbled upon a joke by a comedian. It's a very old joke. I think it's the joke or the comedy happened like 10 or so years ago. And the person mentioned something that then there was no Wi-Fi on planes. So when you travel, there's nothing like you're connecting, you're watching movie, nothing like that. That would be like 10-15 years ago, right? So they just started providing Wi-Fi service on planes. So he mentioned how at the start of the flight there was Wi-Fi and everybody was happy that, oh, this new feature, they were happy about it. And 10 minutes into the flight attendant came and said, oh, sorry, we're having issue with our internet connection, and that they should give them some minutes while they fix it. And the guy next to him, sitting down next to him, just went out and was saying, oh, what kind of nonsense is this? You people are not providing good service. And the comedian was saying that, why was the guy acting like they owe him something? Because 10 minutes ago, or even yesterday, there was no Wi-Fi service on the plane. And it just boiled down to explain that as humans, we get used to things that we start seeing the negative side of it. We get used to when something wonderful is happening in our life. Once we get comfortable with it, our brains start looking at the faults, start picking the faults, start looking at how it's imperfect, how it's incomplete, how it's bad and it's negative. Don't beat up yourself for that. That is how the human minds work. When we get comfortable with things, we start looking at the negativity of it. But I'm here to remind you today that life is really amazing. Have you sat down today to think about how what you have right now? Thousands and thousands of people across the world would die. They would do anything to be there. No matter how much you say your life is not good, no matter whatever pain or whatever thing you're going through, there is someone somewhere in the world that will do anything to be where you are right now. Or even take a step back. Have you ever realized that where you are right now is your answer to 10, 5, 15 years ago prayer? In the course of my birthday celebration, a friend of mine was praying for me, and the first thing he said at the start of the voice note was just saying that he's grateful for my life. And he's not just grateful that I am born, but he's grateful for how far God has brought me. And that particular voice note made me start thinking, and he started telling me that, do you know where you were 5 years ago? And funny thing is, if someone had told me 5 years ago that I'll be where I am right now, I wouldn't believe it. While I was doing reflective thinking upon my life during the course of my birthday celebration, I realized that I didn't even dream about this. Like, it was beyond my mind, because we are limited by our circumstance and by our situation and our surrounding. And then I was so limited in my thinking. I just needed to get by. Like, I just wanted something to break through. But now I'm not just breaking through, I'm breaking forth. I'm flourishing. I'm glowing. I am growing. Like, I could see the amount of growth that has happened in my life over the course of 5 years. And for that alone, I am grateful. That doesn't mean I'm where I want to be, or my life is perfect, or I don't have anything to think about or worry about. That is a lie. It's not like it's perfect, but it is amazing. We get so caught up in what is not going right. Have you taken a second to think about all the things that are going right. It's funny how most people, myself inclusive, act like the world owes us something or God owes us something. Nobody out there owes you anything. You have to be grateful for what you have. When we get used to things, we start finding fault in them. Don't get used to the blessings surrounding you. And you're wondering, what are the blessings? What about that gadget you're holding? People come on social media and act like it's the worst thing that ever happened to humanity. Are you really sure it's the worst thing? This phone, I didn't put out video for like 4 weeks because I had issues with my phone and I could not edit. And then I started realizing that this phone served a greater purpose in my life than any negative things that anybody out there is talking about. Why I would say that is because phone or social media or the internet is a great slave or a terrible master. So you decide either it's going to be a slave to you or it's going to be your master. And so when people start using the things that life has provided them in the wrong way, they blame that thing. Instead of them to sit down and have a reality check. This particular phone is my video editor, is my camera, is my laptop, is my ring light, is every single thing. It has replaced the notebook we have, notepads. This same internet and social media that people are complaining about have provided job opportunity for several people. The time where we now take place to, you work 30 years before you get there. Can you imagine crossing from one weather to another that would take you 1 hour, or if there's a delay, 2 hours, 1 hour 30 minutes, and that delay you talk so much about it, you rant about it, you complain about it, you complain how you have jet lag or how stressful it is, where that same distance in the time past people take 20, 50 years to cross it. Wow, life is really amazing. We are missing out on a lot of goodness because of lack of gratitude, because we now take amazing things for granted. We get so used to them, so comfortable in the goodness of God, in the goodness around us, that we start finding fault in them. This week, I want to challenge you. Whenever you have the urge to complain about that thing that is not going right in your life, take a minute and appreciate it and be grateful for it. Before you complain about that your spouse that is not, buying you that gift that you want, or that's not paying attention to you, take a minute to appreciate them for being in your life. Before you complain that that work is not paying you enough as they should, or that boss is not being nice, take a minute to appreciate the fact that you have something that brings food to the table, because several people are out there starving and they will do anything to be where you are today. You can't have more than you currently have if you're not grateful for what you have right now. It's just simple principle. Imagine you have a child and every time you give the child something, the child keep murmuring, the child keep complaining. As an adult, will you keep giving the child things? Will you be happy to see the child? It's the same thing with God. If He has blessed you with so much in life and you keep complaining, do you think He will be happy to bless you with more? What you focus on, you get more of. Never forget that. What you focus on, you get more of. And I'm not here to belittle whatever pain or whatever difficulty you're going through in your life. But I'm here to remind you that in the midst of the difficulty, you're still alive. That is one thing to be grateful for. And I am not grateful enough. And I want to start living a life of gratitude from now on. Even though I'm going to ask God for this, I'm going to request for this, or I want more this, more that, more that. Is it money? It's a number. Once you get a particular money, you start wanting more. You're never satisfied, because it's just the law of nature, and that is how the human mind is being wired. We are not comfortable in any circumstance or in any position we find ourselves. Once we get to that position we are aiming at, I've mentioned this in one of my videos. I'm going to look for the video and link it up here. once you get something, you notice that immediately after a few months and the euphoria has passed away, you start wanting more. You become uncomfortable with that position you once prayed for, and you want more. The truth in life is you would always want more. So why not step back and appreciate what you currently have? In the midst of everything, know that life is amazing. Be happy. Find the goodness in everything that is happening in the world and be grateful. Live a constant life of gratitude. If you watch this video to the end, make sure you drop something for me in the comment section. Tell me what you're grateful for. Tell me what you will be grateful for this week. Like this video, share it with your friends so that other people can watch and also benefit from it. I hope I'll see you in my next video. If you've not checked out this video and this video yet, make sure you check it out. See you next week. Bye.